At 15, my parents sent me to a wilderness camp because I embarrassed them at a party. They called it character development. Years later, I built a company that beat theirs, and when they tried to destroy it with lies, I exposed their corruption. My younger brother Julian is the golden boy. I'm the problem. That night, Julian gave a polished speech about Whitmore family values while I sat in the back. Then I heard my mother tell a senator's wife, Julian is the future of our family. Adrian is artistic. Artistic just meant problem. I walked to the stage, grabbed the mic, and said, thanks everyone for celebrating the chosen one tonight. Here's to perfection. May the rest of us stay out of the family photos. The room froze. The next morning, every outlet ran the same headline. Drunk, Whitmore heir, causes scene at gala. I hadn't touched a drink. My father said, you embarrassed this family. You'll attend a leadership retreat starting tomorrow. That retreat was nearly 2 years at a wilderness camp in New Hampshire. They thought it would fix me. It just taught me how to keep quiet long enough to plan my escape. At 20, I left for Geneva with 1 suitcase and a scholarship. I met Noah and Lara at university, both broke, both brilliant. We worked cafe shifts and dreamed about starting our own firm. My Aunt Eleanor, the family black sheep, visited once. She slid an envelope across the table. Not a gift, an investment. Before leaving, she gave me a sketch of us with a note. Build something worth believing in. After graduation, we moved to New York and started New Horizon Partners. 4 desks, flickering lights, a window facing a brick wall. My parents didn't call once. It was like I'd been erased. Then I saw my mother on TV giving a charity speech. She mentioned Julian's brilliance, then called me Andrew. A blog later captioned my photo, the forgotten Whitmore heir. By 28, New Horizon had grown solid. Then my father's firm announced an expansion aimed directly at destroying us. Rumors circulated that we'd mishandled trades. The SEC opened an investigation. I recognized the setup immediately. We audited every file, worked months of sleepless nights. Meanwhile, Whitmore Capital was everywhere. Billboards, magazine spreads, news features. Then, Aunt Eleanor died. Sorting through her studio, I found a sealed box labeled private. Inside were financial reports and wire transfers, years of corporate fraud. My father's signatures on half the documents. 2 days later, he called. Return the materials. They belong to her. This isn't a negotiation. I hung up. 3 days later, I received a lawsuit. The media headlines appeared. Unstable heir threatens family empire. I kept showing up to hearings with Eleanor's notebook. Her notes matched the documents line for line. The judge ruled in my favor. The evidence became public. Next morning's headline, Black Sheep exposes Whitmore empire. A month later, the SEC cleared us. The same morning, another headline hit. Whitmore Capital under internal audit. Within 6 months, Whitmore Capital collapsed. My father vanished from the press. Julian texted, I'm sorry, I should have said something earlier. I typed back, learn how to stand up to him. He never replied. Now I'm 35, standing in a ballroom receiving an ethics award. Then I see them, my parents, front row. They're being honored tonight for philanthropic excellence. The moderator asks, how has your family shaped your values? I glance at them. My parents taught me how silence can hurt. My aunt taught me how to make it mean something. The room freezes. Then someone claps, and the rest follow. I head for the exit, but in the hallway, I hear her voice. Adrian, that speech. You didn't need to embarrass us in public. I didn't. You did that yourselves. My father steps closer. We gave you everything. You repay that by dragging our name through the mud. You didn't give me anything. Eleanor did. You gave me distance and lawyers. You could have been part of this family's future. Instead, you've made yourself a problem we have to live with. Then live with it. My mother's expression softens slightly. You've always mistaken defiance for strength. Someday you'll realize the cost of burning bridges. I already paid it. Turns out it was worth it. Then I turn and walk away.